welcome back, everyone, to Sanity Lost, the podcast where nothing happens.
Ever. Yes.
No,
totally
nothing important happened last week.
Now enjoy an hour of
silence.
Static. You don't even get silence. It's static.
Made from me.
And I think you're way below the noise gate.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't hear that. I can't hear the static.
My Audacity and the listeners will be able to, and the video watchers will be able to hear it. I was like, I had a good intro topic, and then I forgot it, but then I remembered it.
Okay.
So, I watched a non-Elizabeth approved movie where she would not let John show it at the Halloween party. So, John, I have a suggestion for
Oh boy!
You just need to start doing two completely different parties.
And Elizabeth
the John
has to
movie
come to
night
both.
and the Elizabeth movie night.
And Elizabeth has to come to both because it's in her house.
I don't agree. If I have to go to both, then you guys have to come to both, and you have to watch Hocus Pocus with me.
I have a phone. I can find something to do. I never watched the movies. I don't really have a strong giver, yay or nay, for it.
Yeah.
But now it's I watched a little movie called The Witch.
The one with the two V's?
The like 1920s settlers.
Not 1920s.
Or
1600s.
Yeah, I watched that.
No, we did watch that. We've seen it.
I assumed you were adjacent or possibly watched it, but I didn't think you would approve of it being shown.
Yeah, I don't know that we would like show it.
Yeah.
It would depend who was coming.
It wasn't so much against. I was just saying it because of knowing how Elizabeth reacted with other Halloween movies.
Yeah,
but
I know. That one we didn't like. It wasn't so much like scary for her. I mean, there's some subject matter that I would certainly like have to be aware of who was coming. But as far as like scary, messed up creep factor, like it wasn't as high.
Yeah.
I would say like Midsommar was much more of a ordeal for her than The Witch was.
For sure. I don't remember having I don't have trauma from The Witch.
Yeah.
From religion.
I have trauma from Midsommar.
So what if we combine
Midsummer Witch?
I was just saying the two themes. Isolated druggies with a touch of religious trauma. Well, that's pretty much Midsommar.
I was gonna say also, yeah.
I did watch a really good movie on Saturday.
Oh yeah,
called Locke. Locke.
I feel like I've
Is that the Loch
heard
Ness
that.
Monster one?
No.
Oh.
It's okay. The way I'm gonna explain this movie, it's gonna sound the most boring movie, but it is so good.
That is stellar intro recommendation sentence right there.
It's so the whole movie is Tom Hardy driving in a car as Elizabeth takes off her headphones and stops listening. What a good audience member. For audio listeners, Elizabeth just left. She couldn't handle the really boring.
She is dealing with our dog, who is probably scratching at her door.
So, but yeah, it's Tom Hardy sitting in a car, making and answering phone calls for an hour and a half.
Nice.
But it's so good.
So is it kind of like what was it, Phone Booth with Colin Farrell, where like the whole movie is like just him on a phone essentially?
Yeah. So, Liz, what do you think about it?
I think it sounds amazing, and I'm looking forward to watching it this weekend.
Okay.
He already told everybody you left.
I mean, I understand. I got the joke. I got it, Johnny. We just have a meltdown, panicking dog over here, so
Trying to up that dosage.
We did. Yesterday.
With more dice.
Yeah. What up?
I blame this on John. He caved.
I mean,
He
I
caved
told you
and
I can
took
go get him.
the dog off the bed.
Here we go, doggy.
Gave me that,
Dice.
thankfully.
Oh, that's a fun audio wave on my thing.
We just heard the initial clink,
Yeah, I was gonna
clink
say
of the
zoom
dice
very-
and
Yeah.
no shake.
Zoom very quickly, just cut that off. I was like, no.
So, but no, just I guess for Elizabeth, The Lock is a movie where Tom Hardy sits in a car for an hour and a half and answers and makes phone calls.
Oh, I do feel like, is it new? Is it old? I feel like I saw someone like either talking about it or reviewing it on Instagram because that sounds very familiar.
It
This,
came out
2013?
in 2013. Yes.
Okay, so it's not new. Yeah.
So, okay. According to whatever this to Wikipedia, it is a psychological drama film. And yeah, so pretty much all you see is Tom Hardy, and you just hear him, like, you hear both sides of the conversation. But, like, it is, I would have, okay, this might be a little bit harsh, but if I had to make the amount of phone calls and answer the same amount that he did, I would have took my car and spun it off of the interstate and just...
I mean, that's not unfair. I despise taking and making phone calls, so
Well,
I feel
let's
it.
just say the first picture that popped in my head for what I was going to say, saying what I said was a lot tamer than what I would really wish to do if I had to answer that many phone calls. But it's worth it. It's an hour and a half. It's really cool because he's like, he just like, hey, when you, like, the opening thing, he gets on the phone, just like, hey, when are you going to be here? And he's like, I'll be there in an hour and a half. And that's how long the movie is. And you're
Oh,
like,
interesting.
oh my goodness, this movie's in real time.
Yeah. That's actually kind of a cool idea.
So-
I mean, it feels like you can't drag a movie like that out for too long.
You can drag it out for at least an hour and a half.
It's like,
I mean,
as I
that's
said,
a shorter movie.
the whole concept of it sounds like, why would I want to watch
Yeah.
Tom Hardy talking on a phone?
Yeah.
But it's like they just, like, the pacing and everything. I had to watch.
Right.
This was like the movie that I told Hop for Pointless Discourse. I'm like, this is the movie that I want on the A24 list, and I don't want to guess. I know it doesn't sound exciting, but I heard like good things about this. I just want to experience this without worrying about what nerd we're gonna get to watch with us.
Yeah.
And it's like if there's a movie you definitely want on this list, cool. But I'm like, this is the one I want to put the flag in or stand my ground. And
Right. This is your choice.
Fortunately, she's a very accommodating to my crazy. So
You didn't have to fight that hard.
I didn't have to
like
fight
it.
hard.
I like
so
it. Nice.
I think we're talking about that tomorrow.
Nice.
So
Well, that's exciting.
that's why I had to talk about. That's also why I had to watch The Witch, because we're doing that
Oh, okay.
Saturday, and then a couple Saturdays later, I gotta watch a movie with Nite.
Oh, man.
What are we doing?
That's
Lighthouse?
so lame.
Lighthouse. That's right.
Oh, that's a fun movie.
Lighthouse.
That's an
I haven't
interesting
watched
movie.
it.
I
Did
watched
we
it-
watch that
I
You
watched
have
it
not, I have.
once.
one? Okay.
I've watched it once, but it's been a while since I watched it in prep, and it's a movie, all right.
It's very opaque. Like, it's one of those movies that's like way up its own butt in symbolism. Like, it's if you like really high brow artsy, like you don't really know what's going on movies, like then you love The Lighthouse, and if you don't, you hate The Lighthouse.
Nice.
I didn't hate it, but I sure didn't get it.
Yeah. I didn't
a
get it
weird one.
either.
I lost roll 20.
Oh no.
I
sold
found
it.
Roll20.
Oh, speaking of movies, or did you ever watch? Did you guys watch the first Dune movie? The
I read
remake
the book.
I
came out.
don't
I
remember
watched the
if
original one.
I don't remember if I watched the remake or not.
The remake's the one that came out recently.
Yeah, well, the second one just came out.
Second one
a few
just
days
came
ago.
out.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
first one came out, what?
A couple of years
I
ago.
don't.
Yeah, 2-3 years.
I don't remember for sure if I've seen the remake of the original. But I have seen the original at least a couple times.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I've
watched it
heard
more than once?
I've heard the second one that just came out is very, very good. So
Very,
Yeah,
very
I-
long gap between, but yeah, I have seen it
Yeah.
at least a couple
I
times.
I heard like I saw someone say like, do I need to watch Dune, the first Dune, to enjoy the second Dune? And somebody was they're like the one person's like, you don't have to because the first Dune is a lot of setup and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
So I
Pretty
mean
much-
I've heard that like the second movie essentially like picks up exactly where the first one ends. So like continuity wise, like just kind of knowing where, you know, why everybody is where they're at, like it's probably good to watch the first one. I'm also a big continuity person, so
I mean, the first one sort of just picks up the story in the middle of, almost in the middle of nowhere, and
kind of, yeah. Like there's a lot of like stuff that already exists, and so you sort of like drop in the middle of it.
we
and then
we
kind
can
of
just
figure
switch
out what's
systems,
happening.
guys. We can just switch. Let's just play Dune, okay?
Oh gosh.
there's
Confused
also
I want to
Everyone.
be a sandworm.
Oh gosh.
there's a couple of different board games for Dune as well that look pretty interesting,
Nice.
where you play the various. Each person is playing one of the houses and competing
That's-
to.
Like
Control
a strategy
Arrakis.
resource.
That's
yeah,
the
so-
4X game, right?
Uh,
I mean, they do
the
have
one
like
that I'm
a
thinking of
4X
is not a 4X,
video
but-
game.
Yeah. Hey, you want to know what also is up its butt and symbolism and everything? Sanity laws.
This game.
That's right. Last time there was a family reunion. Everyone said, "Oh, poop," and action. So,
Dad, what are you doing here? Definitely not being
I-
yelled by.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, as you are invisible and
Yeah.
unseen.
as
Yeah.
Caleb hears that and turns, now you guys know why I kept saying Caleb instead of
'Cause he
David.
was right
It wasn't
there.
just me saying forgetting Knight's new character. It was literally me knowing he was showing up later. I kept Freudian slipping.
Man, we should
Well,
pay more attention
man, if I
to
picked
those
up
things.
on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Thankfully, you guys failed your spot hidden rolls. In and out of game. Alright, and then off the side of the cliff, what's that? It's Sarah. She grew -inches.
Oh
Hi
jeez.
guys, I'm a gnome. Anyway. This music's very loud in my ears.
It is.
Yeah, I
very
was gonna
loud.
say it's loud on my side too.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think this is just a louder song.
Oh, that's better.
You know what? I think this is the song that what's
We've
was
used
it?
this song before.
yeah, it's in the prequel. This is the song that someone's foot exploded and then their face.
I think we used this
Anyway.
during the truck chase one as well.
Probably. It's a very good action song. I was going to use the Traveler action thing because I edited it to loop very well,
Oh yeah.
but it that is much more electronic rock rather than what the vibe. So anyway, we're just gonna pick it right where we left off, just like Dune 2. There,
Nice.
Caleb stands up, whips out a gun that that David, you have probably seen a handful of times and recognized as you hear him. Well, I'm here to finish what I started. I don't remember the voice I used last time. and pretty much a couple different things happen. That reminds me, I gotta bring up Caleb and Cora's sheet so I know their their scores. I just saw that Caleb has still -2 hit points.
Yeah, it's 'cause,
Cora probably doesn't have many more, honestly.
No, you have 2 more.
Oh, so I have 2. Or I have
No,
0.
you have 1.
I have 1.
I guess 3. You have 3 more. Alright. So I need everybody's dex stat.
Oh man,
Let's see.
I'm not
David's
ready to fight.
is 60.
Alright.
August is 50.
Oh shoot, I'm 85. I don't want to go first.
I'm gonna have to write this down. Okay. So let me just do this again. Alright. Cora was 85. Not Cora.
Deli.
Augie. No. Adele. There we go. Deli. Okay. What was August's?
50.
And then Caleb, David.
David is 60. Caleb is 58.
I have Caleb's up.
Yeah, so do I.
Alright. And then alrighty. And then I gotta fill in these so that way I know. Let's see, he's here. Let's see. Now I'm trying to remember everyone's names. Then things I should have had set up earlier, but didn't. All right. Well, don't worry, Deli. You don't have to go first.
Well, does that mean that some bad person is going first?
Exactly. As the gun is unfurled, everyone sees Billy, brother Billy, just his shirt rips open as, well, to nobody here because they haven't seen it. Maybe you guys heard stories of Tim talking about it, as these jade stone wings just unfurl. As you can see, kind of there's still some cracks in it from like some weathered cracking, like from what looks like, I don't know, some sort of hard impact. No one could know what that's all about. And he pretty much goes and he pretty much picks up Matthias and kind of drifts up into the air a little bit, and that's the end of his turn.
Ugh.
Next is still not Deli, as Jillian, frightened out of her mind, is just like eyes wide and everything, as she's like, what is it? And Percy pretty much comes and just like, we have to go, and just kind of scoops her up and starts running towards the tent.
Okay.
And now it is Deli's turn.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know.
I don't either. What is even happening? Okay, so at this point, tell me what historically Deli would know. Like, having Caleb and Cora announce themselves. I mean, they didn't say, this is Caleb, but does she have any idea who they are?
No.
Not yet, and I haven't had a chance to say.
Right, okay.
David hasn't shared anything, and I don't think that what's his face would have said anything about it.
Yeah.
Tim might have. I don't think Tim. I think he just would mention stuff that happened in Centralia, but he would not have mentioned his parents. Like, or,
Okay. And then, what is?
I suspect even like any kind of details about anything that happened in Centralia probably would be very need to know, as well as my guess.
Yes.
And then what is the crowd doing?
The
So
crowd,
I guess that's something Deli's doing. She's like taking stock of the crowd.
Yeah. No, there you can see like the crowd is starting to move away, like scared and frightened. Like especially the people that are right next to this like elderly man just pulling a gun out at a religious leader.
Right. Okay.
Things I need to make sure I'm not saying too loud in my apartment than was. Trust me, everyone, I will be much more loud and confident when I get my own place where I don't have to worry about people through the walls. But anyway, that pretty much is what happens is you just see kind of like people slowly kind of pushing and moving away. Like I say slowly, you guys are like all trained people, so it's like you're moving faster. But you can tell that like by the end of your turn, like there's going to be space around this old couple.
Okay. Honestly, I think Deli's gonna like run towards Cora and Caleb because she doesn't know who they are. And I would think at this point her mindset, right? Like she's thinking about the mission, and the mission is to like stop the thing without harming anyone. And so she's like thinking about all of these people here, and her goal is to tackle Caleb. That's what she's gonna do. She's gonna try and run and tackle the gun out of Caleb's hand.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to get like there's
And she's gonna start heading that direction. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much like I'm not gonna say you're gonna get completely there because you guys it's pretty much on opposite sides.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah,
and I'm sure she has to like make it through people.
Yeah, you're kind of you're
Yeah.
pushing through people and everything. David.
So we have Matthias and Brother Billy. Are there any others that are like in a position where they seem like they are hostile at the front, or
not that you can see. Like nobody like the other people that are just kind of that were just standing there that like walked out like with the sensor and stuff, they seem to also just be standing there. Like there's no reaction, they're just standing like
so they're not like
they
don't
not,
appear
like,
to be turning aggressively towards the
from what you can see the only movement that you can observe is the wind blowing their cloaks. They seem to not even register what is happening.
Okay, so with the chaos that's going on, David's going to yell towards Deli. He's friendly. Don't hurt him. And but not move. I'm going to move towards more, kind of angle my way towards the front, off to the side, and try to line up a shot. Draw my gun, and try to line up a shot on Brother Billy.
Okay.
Does Deli hear that?
Give me a listen. Plus, it's still like pretty quiet no matter how loud the music is right now.
Okay.
So
it wouldn't be like hard.
Yeah, like add like. Actually, I think the whole adding percentage stuff, whatever, it doesn't matter. Give yourself like
20% bonus
10.
or whatever, 10% bonus.
Yeah, give yourself 20. Like as I was saying, I was like, am I getting confused with Delta Green? But yeah, give yourself a 20 bonus plus 20.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's a 15 under 4. That would be 67. So.
I heard 15 under 4. I'm like, no.
Well, it was gonna be 47, and then I didn't add the 20.
Okay, yeah, you hear that. You're able to clock that information, and you can act with that however you want on your next turn.
Okay.
All right. So what? Are you just aiming?
I think initially for this round, I'm just going to try and get a position where I can aim for a good shot and not be disrupted by not be disturbed by the crowd that's going to be leaving. Because I don't want to break my invisibility my stealth quite yet.
All right. Look up aiming, because I think you get a bonus for that. I don't know if you get like advantage or bonus die or something with that. I can't remember, but I think there's something with aiming. Hey, so while that happens, up next is a little old man named Matthias.
Oh man. Okay.
And he's just I double tap my phone and it turns on. Just you hear, well, I believe that we have some intruders here. And he's just like, and he kind of rustles into like his big like sleeves and produces this milky white rock, like this shark.
No.
That I know David would have definitely heard stories of.
Is this the thing that was in Deli's dream?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought so too.
Which that pretty much he's like, now everyone just quiet down. And I need August and David to give me power checks.
That is a 55 under 65.
Okay.
That is a 30 under 40.
All right.
nice.
You two are unaffected as you kind of feel like this wave kind of go through your minds. Not Cora, dang it, all these stupid characters. Deli, you on the other hand, if you remembered, in your dream you failed a roll.
I did.
And
which also I think meant that I didn't remember it. So Elizabeth knows, but I don't think Deli
Elizabeth does. But the thing is, that wasn't the only thing that happened.
I know.
As you begin pushing and running, you just get very still. And it's calm. In fact, it's so calm, like everybody else around you seems calm. And
so just to clarify, this isn't like my body is immobile, like Deli like genuinely just feels like there's no reason to move. Like
exactly.
She's just like relaxed and chill.
You're relaxed, and there's no way this old man would give you wrong information.
Yeah, okay.
And then the last thing he kind of just says is just like, now everyone just go into the tent while we'll deal with this problem. And with that, like we see like just we just see a handful of people like just they begin moving their way, but it's like kind of sluggish towards the tent in the back. And it is now Caleb. I got to roll for Caleb and Cora. I just realized I didn't put Cora on this sheet. Where the heck is she? I wrote Caleb and then I didn't put Cora. Okay, good. I didn't. Wait, August, are you 50?
Yes. For dexterity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Cora. Cool. Roll for them. Sure. How do you guys read these sheets? There it is. Okay. And
sometimes I don't.
Oh, wow. And so, Caleb, you see him like aiming, and then his hand begins to shake as he drops the gun. Not drops it, but he just like drops his arm as
oh no.
he slowly begins to turn towards the tent as well. And August, you're next, but just to say what is also happening is that Cora also turns as well and starts heading towards the tent.
Goodness gracious, guys.
I rolled an 80 and an 88.
Get it together.
Yeah. They're old. Their stats probably should be lower than what they are at the 40.
Listen, you cannot come and think you're confronting the BBEGs in, like, weakened states. That's rule 101.
So anyway,
that's the one that's starting to wander towards the tent herself.
Yeah, the first one in the group that failed, and she didn't even know it.
I didn't have a choice.
Yes, you did. It's called Roll Better in Your Dreams.
So far away. It was so long ago.
It was about a month ago when we recorded it.
Yeah.
August, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna say, because of August's low dexterity, he's kind of like caught back on his heels a little bit, so he's a little bit slower to react. So he kind of like pauses for a few minutes, and then I don't have like a weapon or anything currently on me, so I'm gonna like kind of cast around, look for some sort of like blunt type object I could just like have as a weapon, like a stick or something of that nature.
Okay. Give me a luck roll. That reminds me. Give yourself a luck roll. Get,
like a
to
luck
give yourself
increase
more
roll?
Yeah, it's a luck increase roll.
Oh, okay.
And we have to fail it, right?
You have to fail, and then you roll a d10 to succeed.
Yay!
Oh,
and I'm
good.
telling everybody that...
One whole point of luck.
Hey, that's
me
more
too.
than Caleb's hit points.
Those really should be higher.
How many hit points do you have?
Caleb has -2.
He has -2 from the last thing. We never updated
We
it.
haven't
Don't you change
updated
it. I will put it back.
There.
It's like, I will give him help.
Alright, so... Well...
I would this to now be -100.
Well, that didn't work. I rolled an 83 over 40.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. That's much. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you don't see anything close at hand that you could just easily get if you're trying to be stealthy.
Okay.
So yeah, I will say, like, even the people around you, like, as this is all kind of going, like, people are slowly moving, but there's still a couple stragglers, so it's not like one massive mob. It's like
right.
Different
so
people.
I guess at the moment, just to kind of like not draw attention, he's gonna like sort of move in the direction with the rest of the crowd, but like hang back towards the back as far as possible without being super obvious.
Yep. All right. And now we go into what some games call round 2. So with that, Billy begins to... He pretty much scans the crowd. Like, he's just looking over at everybody.
Oh, no.
And his eyes drift over, like, David, you're aiming, so it's just like you're keeping him in your sights, and like his eyes like go past where you are, and doesn't really register, and he begins at that point flapping his wings and moving in the air over everybody to the tent, like just quietly, but like it's like stone grinding on stone, like grinding together, as you hear these wings move in the silence. Jillian is still like in shock. She seems to be kind of getting herself recollected as the clone kind of, at this point, they're pretty much like one turn away from kind of getting into the tent. And let's see, you guys, if what's August's spot hidden?
That is actually good. It is 85.
Okay, I'll say you're gonna spot this for free, as it seems like his skin, like he's definitely like sweating like crazy, but it almost seems like, actually for this I want to roll. Give me a roll. You can tell that he's sweating profusely.
Okay.
The only reason I'm not going to give David this roll, because from what we said, what he was doing is kind of keeping his eyes on Brother Billy.
Yeah.
So that is a 79 under 85.
Yeah, so you just noticed, like, you already, like, clocked that he was sweating profusely. But, it just seems just more now.
Excessive.
Yeah, it's very excessive. And Deli.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm assuming I can't do anything. Am I just, like, following?
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Okay, that's a 48 under 65.
Okay. With this, you're able to just... everything going on, the dream, the rock, it begins clicking gears in your head as you're still, like, feel compelled to move.
Okay.
But it's like a fog has been lifted in your brain.
Okay.
And so, if there's... you can follow how your body is moving, or if you want to see if you can... This feels very similar to runic magic.
Yeah.
But the rune is, whatever it is unknown to you. So, it's
Okay, so what happens if she, like, having awareness that she's, like, being compelled, that her body's being compelled to move, what happens if she tries to just stand still? I think that's her first impulse, is to just, like, not move.
Okay, if you are just, like, trying to will yourself not to move,
Yeah.
it seems like your body, like, it's resisting, but slowly kind of going.
Okay.
By the way, give yourself a sanity check for this, because this is weird.
Yeah. What did I do to my sanity? We got more sanity, didn't we? From therapy.
That was...
I know, I haven't done a sanity roll in forever. Okay, well, I got a 79 over 74.
Okay, you're only going to lose 1 point of sanity, as it's just, like... It's still, like... Something ain't right here.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't think that... I think she's gonna take her turn to, like, now that she is starting to understand and have clarity on what's happening, I think she's just gonna take her turn to, like she's, like, looking, she's, like, holding back and trying to, like, to take control of her body, and she's just, like, looking around trying to, like, figure out, like, what is going on. Because she, like, essentially lost contact with herself for a hot second.
Mm-hmm. So you're just going with the flow for this one? Like, you're just letting your body take you?
Well, no, she's fighting it. It sounds like what's happening is she's still moving with the crowd, but she is actively fighting it. Yeah. So you're not, slowed down.
Yeah, you're slowed down. You're definitely not one of the faster people.
Yeah.
All right. With that, David.
How far is Brother Billy from me at this point?
Just out of range of gun. No. I imagine he was, like, only, like 15 feet in the air when he was flying up, and so he's not like extremely high over like 50 feet in the air above everybody. But let's see. Let's give a roll. Alright, he's about because he's trying to be gentle with the aged Matthias Chilburn. That he pretty much he only flew like at most 20-25 feet away from you.
Okay, so still in range. David is going to take a shot at Brother Billy's wings and try to clip these wings off, or as much as clip the wings and hopefully drop him out of the air, ideally.
Okay.
And with the aim shot, I get a bonus die on the roll. So it's a second tens die. Which is good, because one of them was the 70, and the other was the 10, which makes for a 13 under 58
Nice.
for that
That's
roll.
definitely a hit.
I think that's... let's see, where's it? 58. That would be the hard success on that as well. I don't think that gives me bonus damage, though. Need that. Need that.
Sorry, I'm like bring something up here.
Which for the 44 Magnum revolver that I've got this shot does 8 damage.
All right. So with the hard success, sorry. Get something here. That where everything is deciding not to work for me. Yeah. So you shoot with the hard success. You hit, if you guys remember, the magic cores that these creatures have. And so you hit a core and it does damage, and it's like, it doesn't fully take it out. It looks like over the time, whether they've been reinforced or something, but it's just his left wing just pretty much goes out of sync. And it's like going faster than slower, and then like it's, and he's losing track, losing control as I'm gonna do a roll for him real quick to see if he can control his fall. Yes, he's able to somehow gain just enough control where they land kind of in the middle of the crowd rather than the edge. But since Brother Billy is so tall, and did you lose your magic?
I don't know that breaks it. It just says hide, like shade is just hide any object from all vision. So I imagine that obviously the shot has the sound, but I don't think that breaks I don't think that would break the rune necessarily. But it would draw attention to that direction, and
well, and obviously they know they got shot by something.
Yeah. But I think position-wise, I would have been mostly behind Brother Billy at that point, and I'm going to, basically as soon as I take the shot, I'm going to start running, kind of same on the very edge, forward a ways, and away from where I made the shot, and
Sneak.
just like running a short run to the next spot. So like, let's see, I think my movement rate is 9. It's like basically the sprint type of movement, but half the distance that you would get from a sprint. So it's like get there in half the time and be still so that the stealth is less, so it's harder to see the disruption. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so you're trying to... I'm not going to give you an extra stealth check because I think you only get one action. So, like, you shot and you moved. To put bluntly.
Yeah,
I guess,
basically.
So, we'll deal with that when it gets there. And with that, it is Matthias's turn as he's just like, well, everybody, come into the tent. Come into the tent with me. As he kind of starts hobbling his way over.
What happened to him because he fell with brother Billy?
Brother Billy controlled the fall, so he didn't take damage.
He's very calm for just falling out of the sky.
He's old. He doesn't have time to be worried. And now it's Caleb's turn.
Come on, Caleb, I need you. I need you, Dad.
That's what you need to cry out to him.
Father, you never came to my baseball games. Just moving multiple things around. Okay, there's that. I need to give another roll. This is just... Alrighty. So, Matthias did not land near Caleb and Cora. But they're close. He's still like close by. And I'm going to say that pretty much this is a cinematic view because I'm just gonna say, like, with everyone moving and stuff, it's kind of hard for David and maybe August to spot. Corey, I think you would see this because you were kind of close to them before you started doing that. Mm-hmm. And what's your spot hidden?
Let's see.
Actually, it doesn't really matter. I was like, I'm gonna give a cinematic thing.
50.
We'll say you say it. See
okay.
What I'm gonna say. The grip on his gun, just like his hand gripping the gun, tightens.
Oh, okay.
As he, like, without really being noticed, pulls his gun back up, points it at Brother Billy's, like, body, as he's, at this point, like, Billy's looking over the crowd where he heard the shot. Okay. I'm gonna scroll down here and remember what you guys have to... Okay, there we go. And... Well, he wasn't aiming, so... But he was definitely within range. As he pulls out his special gun and aims with a 44 under 66.
Nice.
And fires this thundering, like, crack. Like, it just, like, everyone's ears are just, like, it's so loud that everyone's just, like, everybody wakes up pretty much. Like, it...
Oh.
It, like, everyone turns, not like they, like, wake up. Oh. As it just nails, what's his face? Brother Billy in the heart. As you just see, like, skin flake away. I gotta find out. There we go. There's that. Oh my goodness. Why did I give you this weapon? This and this power.
But gun. Now it's fun. You get to really use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Caleb,
now you get to murder your own characters with it.
I think Caleb's only fired it like 2 or 3 other times.
Yeah. I fired it more than you have at this point.
No, I fired it a couple of times, but not very many.
Yep. So he shoots, and Brother Billy's, like, it does 9 points of damage Making sure I'm reading everything. Sorry, I did that wrong. 12. 12 points of damage. Is that right?
Nice.
That's
1d10 plus 2 plus 1d6.
that's what
Yeah.
12 plus 8 that we did before.
Yeah, and so it's you see like the where his heart was, like it kind of like break and like fall away like hardened clay as you see this gash in this like red thumping like stone in his chest.
Gross.
And everybody, no matter what, well, David, what's your spot hidden?
My spot hidden is 78.
Okay, yep. You guys would all see. Chilburn looks a little nervous. So, and, yeah. And at that point, it's, well, let's see. We had Corey go before you, so let's see. If I can. Alright, there's that. I'm gonna keep clicking through all your guys' character sheets and hope that you made them right.
Don't tell us if we didn't.
And then Cora, like, at the same time, I was like, did she? No. Okay, so she holds her 45, pulls that out, and aims it at Brother Billy as well. And the shot goes wide. So with the 79 over 40.
That wasn't all. That wasn't her strength.
Yeah. Her strength was, where's Percy?
Yeah. Her strength was wanting to scry, but never actually scry.
I scried when it mattered. Thank you very much.
Yeah, in the off seasons. All right, with that, August, it is your turn.
Right. So with like all the shooting that's going on and like people like being woken up, what's like the general like crowd reaction?
Yeah, so at this point, let's see. Yeah, everybody like that was like drinking the juice is like they're bolting for the tent. They're just like, I ain't staying around for this, and just beeline it towards the tent. So it's like there's still like a couple of stragglers, but it's still like everyone's kind of maneuvering their way there.
All right. How close am I to Delhi?
I think you're within like you can get next to her. Like I don't remember how far a movement action is, but it's like you would still be able to move up to her and take an action.
Okay. I am going to move. I'm gonna move, kind of rush over to Delhi, and
she just starts saying like, I can't move my body. I don't have control of my body. I can't stop.
Can I grab her and like move her?
Yeah.
Like drag her like to cover or like kind of behind something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. Like it's
okay.
It's that's gonna take like your full thing.
Yeah, it'll be my turn. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna like I assume there's like a table or a couch or some sort of like furniture.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like kind of drag her over there and kind of like barricade and then like hold on to her.
Yep. Do that, and now it's Billy's turn. And Billy, well, you kind of took out his main thing, but let's see, because his main power was flight, but he ain't going down with a fight, and he's just he looks over at Matthias and he's just like, Master, get to the tent. As like, you can see like the clay, this like hardened kind of clay, like porcelain is like kind of cracking and stuff. And he... How mean do I want to be?
Why would you say that out loud? What do you expect the answer to be? Oh no.
Well, the dice said very. As I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
And he strides over to Caleb.
Oh no.
And recognizing Caleb and Cora now, he's like, if I'm gonna die, you're coming with me.
Oh
and
no.
everyone sees his core begin to glow bright red. And we'll see you next week.
Dad, no!
I was gonna say, how many sanity points does David have? Because he might not have any after he watches his dad explode. For the second time.
Seems to be a theme.
Yeah. A family is very volatile.
Especially in the hands of a weirdo like me. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching and listening. Let's see how much more family trauma I can give.
Yeah.
The way this is going, this feels like it should be the end of the series.
I know.
But it's
and everybody died.
And we still don't know what's happening.
Anyway.
We're all of a sudden in combat. Surprise!
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.